Hi, Raimi.
Hi, Taylor.
Welcome to Much Ado About Some Shit, where every week Raimi tries to talk me into watching garbage television by walking me through a season or episodes of a show, depending on what we're doing.
Yep.
What are we doing,
We're
Raimi?
doing a full season,
Okay.
a whole 9 episodes
Okay.
on a show called Pretty Wild.
Oh, no.
Do you know anything?
I know nothing.
Nothing.
But the image that I am looking at here makes me concerned. Side note to anybody listening for the first time, we do have some visual aids for me. They're not necessary to the plot, but if you're interested in seeing them, you can either see them on the YouTube version of our podcast or on our Instagram. Both are Much Ado Some Shit.
How do you feel about this picture?
I feel like it's early noughts, Girls Gone Wild kind of shit.
Okay. All right.
Mostly by the girls' bangs.
Okay.
Those
yeah.
bangs. Tell me it's like
Those
pre-2010.
super
Yeah.
sideswept. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like emo kid bangs from 07.
Yeah.
Minus the like spiky mullety part.
Yeah.
That was a look,
Mm-hmm.
man.
It still is.
Is it?
Sometimes.
I mean, I guess all looks are somewhere. Somebody's wearing something
Yeah.
forever. Anyway,
I'm
I'm glad my mom didn't let me get that hair.
Wow. Lucky. So we did whatever the fuck we wanted. What do you think this show is about? Through this?
Pretty wild. Well, there's 4 gals
Uh-huh.
in miniskirt type attire.
Uh-huh.
Tits out.
Uh-huh.
It's called Pretty Wild.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I'm thinking 07-ish.
So it was filmed in 2009.
Okay, well, close
Fair.
enough.
But a lot of
Pre-2010, called it.
what's talked about is very 2007.
Yeah, I believe it. I don't know, something upsetting. Let's go.
Okay, so it basically follows the lives of these
4 gals.
mostly 2 of the 4 that we see right now.
Okay.
Because of events.
Okay. This is...
Do you have
This
guesses?
is going to be another episode of Taylor Gets Upset About the Past, isn't it?
A little bit.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any guesses on names?
Gosh, what was popular? One of them's named Ashley.
No. Close,
What?
but no.
There was always an Ashley.
No. There's an Alexis.
Alexis, okay. Gosh, which names were popular?
Good
Well,
question.
I guess it was, we were a little younger than them, so. Laura,
No.
Michelle,
No.
and Tiffany.
No.
Or Courtney.
No.
Okay, I'm out of ideas.
Okay, so this is Alexis,
Okay,
Gabby,
okay,
Tess,
okay,
and Andrea.
okay.
Andrea is the mother of Alexis and Gabby.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Uh-huh. She's their mother. She gave birth to them, to Alexis and Gabby.
Okay, well, this is a fascinating endeavor for a mother to undertake with her children.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So,
Look, I try not to be judgmental, but there are some things where I'm just like, whoa.
so Andrea Arlington
Okay,
is a former Playboy model. She was
Okay.
a lingerie model.
cool.
Her daughters, which I use in quotes, because so Alexis is her biological daughter.
Okay.
Tess is not her biological daughter.
Oh, okay.
Tess is like Tess's biological mother was not being a great
Okay.
parent.
So, kind of adopted, maybe not officially though.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It-
Cool.
Yeah.
We had adopted people in our family
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So Andrea
Mm-hmm.
is all of their mom
Okay.
for all intents and purposes, but specifically gave birth to Alexis and Gabby.
Okay.
So, Alexis and Tess, they also have aspirations of being lingerie models.
Okay.
So I've got some lovely modeling pictures of them here.
Strategically cut off.
Yeah, there was a little bit more
Yeah. Cut
but
above
there was
the
no nip.
cleavage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So we start the series
Mm-hmm.
by like introducing them, all of them. Andrea's the mom, who admits to having no follow through.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
nope.
Yep.
Not good.
She talks about how it's difficult to raise young women in Hollywood.
Yeah, I could see that. It's just difficult to raise people. I wouldn't want to do it today with the interwebs.
Oh, I mean, it was still bad. We'll get into it.
Oh no. Well, you say you have no follow through. That's a bad start.
Yeah. Alexis and Tess are like party girls.
Okay.
They're trying to start their careers and all of that. And Andrea literally calls Gabby, says that Gabby is like a parent.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, poor Gabby.
Yeah.
Oh, the trauma.
Yeah.
Childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
So we continue, like, we see a day in their lives type of thing. For homeschool, they do vision boards.
They are homeschooled too,
Yes. All three of them.
and she has no follow through.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, vision boards.
Andrea bases the whole curriculum on the movie The Secret. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Do you want to elaborate a smidge for those listening who may not?
So The Secret was a book,
Mm-hmm.
which was then turned into a movie about, like, laws of attraction, basically. If you think good thoughts, you will receive good things from the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that Andrea specifically bases it off the fucking movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Andrea's like, we're gonna make these vision boards of like people that we think have good characteristics. So like Angelina Jolie. What characteristics about Angelina Jolie do you like? And Alexis and Tess are like, her husband and her hot bod. And Andrea is like, well, those aren't characteristics.
Nope.
And the girls are all like, oh, how long do we have to do this for? And Andrea's like, when you're done with your vision boards, we'll do flower essence work after. I don't know what the fuck flower essence work is.
Okay.
So that exists, I guess.
Okay.
Then we see Tess and Alexis go to this audition for LA Fashion Week.
Sure.
And they land the contract. They get a 2-year contract to be the faces of this lingerie brand.
Okay.
And they're so excited, so they decide to go out on the town. They're hanging out with this songwriter, and they're like, oh, we need, like a main girl to be in the video. So they end up on a pole
Okay.
and doing tricks and stuff. We see Andrea is very mad because it's past midnight, and they were supposed to call at midnight if they were going to be later than midnight.
I mean, just it's something.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said for,
Especially
communication rather than strict curfews.
Alexis is 17,
Yeah.
and Tess, I think, is either 18 or 19 at this
Okay.
point.
See, that's more like, hey, let me know you're alive
Right?
rather than follow my rules. So
Right.
I have problems with her parenting
Yeah.
style.
Same.
But this particular thing, sure, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't do that.
Yep.
They could be dead in a ditch.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we don't know when they get home because all we see is the next morning.
Okay.
The whole house, whole family is woken up by the LAPD coming to their house.
Okay.
Tess and Alexis are taken in for questioning over stolen clothing and jewelry related to a high school friend.
Okay.
Gabby and Andrea get into a car to go to the police department
Yeah.
to pick up Tess, who's being released.
Okay.
I think the most important thing during this car ride is that Andrea's on the phone talking to Tess, and Andrea's like, she waived her right to an attorney. Like, she doesn't, what? What do you mean? Like, that's so stupid. And Gabby goes, what does that mean? She doesn't even know what it means. And Andrea goes, what does that mean? She doesn't even know what that means. She literally repeats Gabby. And I'm like, ooh, yikes.
Oh, Gabby, you poor gal. You have to be the mom. Oh, no.
It's
oh,
so sad.
We're going to see the return of psychoanalysis Taylor in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Alexis is held like overnight almost for questioning.
Mm-hmm.
Once Alexis is home, they have like a little family meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrea asks the girls what she's always said to them since they were little. And they all go, never do anything you wouldn't want in the LA Times.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Granted, it would be funny to hear a little kid say that.
that's true.
Like if a little
But
kid
it would also
said
be
that.
fucking scary.
I mean, little column A, little column B. Because I don't know, my sense of humor, I'd be like, nice. That's one way
I'd
to
just be
say
like,
it, I guess.
oh, God.
I guess
I probably, in the moment, would be like, ah,
I guess I would assume
I would
it's
laugh
the parents' sense of humor.
out of uncomfortableness.
Okay. I would assume it was the parents' sense of humor and not like a sincere thing.
See,
And then if I heard the parent saying that sincerely, I'd be like, oh, never mind. Oh, no.
yeah.
Because I have
yeah.
a lot of people in my life with that very wry sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And their kids understand that. You know, kids understand the humor of their parents.
Uh-huh.
But if that's what they're saying for serious, oh, no. Okay.
It's yikes.
Okay.
So it's time for LA Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexis gets a call from the lingerie company that she had a contract with.
Mm-hmm.
They terminate that because they
Oh.
don't want her associated with their brand.
So did she actually get, like, charged or something?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not
But she
not
got,
at this point.
She got taken in. And
She was taken in for questioning.
So
So Alexis is the reason she was taken in for questioning was in her relation to some old high school friends that
Okay.
are related to these burglaries.
Okay.
We now know this as the bling ring.
Oh, God.
This is that.
Okay.
Do you know anything?
Nope.
Okay. So, Pretty Wild basically documents like Alexis's life leading up to trial. As she's being connected to these robberies. So in like 2007, there was a string of robberies of like famous people like Lindsay Lohan, Rachel Bilson,
Uh-huh.
Paris Hilton, Orlando Bloom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in connection with all of these robberies,
Mhm.
which were like a big deal.
Yeah.
Like,
Those are some big names.
yeah. They were dubbed like the Hollywood burglaries and like
Okay.
other stuff before it was called the Bling Ring, but
Mhm.
like around when this was like halfway through the show, they start referring to it as this Bling Ring.
Okay.
But we didn't really have that term yet.
All right.
Oh
God.
yeah.
So, okay. All right. Let's get back into it.
Yeah. So this is like documenting that. I
Wow.
find it really interesting with like it's over 10 years
Yeah.
since this aired and
Yeah.
since all of this happened.
Uh-huh.
We now have a lot of media. We'll talk about an interview that Alexis did after some things.
Okay.
There's a newer documentary about it. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch that,
Fair.
but I really wanted to.
Hell
And
yeah.
I want to because I'm very interested.
Yeah. So she got kicked off the lingerie contract.
Yep.
What about Tess? Did she?
Tess is still,
Okay. So there's definitely more there than we can see right now because they both got brought in.
mhm.
But if only Alexis has been kicked off the contract so far, there must be more information there that we don't have yet.
Tess was released much earlier from questioning as well.
Oh, okay.
And so all the headlines, all of TMZ,
Mhm.
they really only have Alexis's name on there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's
Gotcha.
kind of why.
Okay.
So Alexis is like really upset. But
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
yeah. I mean, she's 17.
Yeah, but you know what? I never liked when people would blame people's ages when I was
That's fair.
17 because I was never that stupid.
Gabby at this point is also like, this is, or not Gabby, Alexis, this is, we find out much later. We don't know this at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but Alexis is like in the one of the worst points of her drug habit.
Ooh.
Her and Tess have a $10,000 a week habit.
That's so many dollars.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well.
Of pill popping.
Yep. Fashion drug.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fun.
Hmm.
We see more of Gabby being a parent. We see Alexis being overwhelmed by her court case.
Mm-hmm.
And Tess is like flirting with this singer.
Okay.
So the next thing we kind of see that's important in a way
Mm-hmm.
is that what I find really interesting is we see the hearing that establishes whether or not there is enough evidence to charge Alexis.
Okay.
It's pretty clear that Nick Prugo specifically, who is not seen on the show but is mentioned by name,
Okay.
that he's working with the police.
Ah.
Basically, Nick Prugo was the first person that they were able to kind of,
Catch.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and
okay.
hitch to these crimes.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So
Um,
naturally he'd turn.
yeah, fair. I mean,
I mean, if you're an idiot kid doing something really stupid and bad and you get caught, yeah, you're going to turn on the other idiot kids who are doing something stupid and
right.
bad.
Well, and I mean, if you take the fall for all of that,
Oh, yeah. No,
That's-
that's a lot. So, totally.
so,
Of course.
at the end of this, towards the end of this hearing, Alexis's defense team requests dismissal on the basis of insufficient evidence,
Mm-hmm.
which is denied.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, at this point, Alexis is going to trial.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see that the family have been getting letters from their neighbors and letters from their HOA
Mm-hmm.
that they're not happy with them. Because, I mean, cops coming, paparazzi.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's not really in their control.
Right, yeah.
So, like, calm down.
Right.
They're clearly going through it. Just peek.
HOAs, man.
I could not stand to live in a place with one.
No.
I would go absolutely bananas.
Right, same. Yeah, no.
I live in the woods. Nobody can see me.
I still rent.
Well, I do too. I
yeah.
used to live in the woods. Someday I will once again return to the woods.
Yes.
Anyway.
This prompts Andrea and her husband, who is the stepdad to all of these girls,
'Kay.
Decide to move from the neighborhood.
All right.
Gabby has a meltdown over this. She's like, I don't want to move. My friends are here. Like,
Poor Gabby.
yeah,
Her whole life is ruled by these people.
right. Yeah, it's sad.
I'm just going to be sad for Gabby all
Ugh.
day. All right.
Right? Yeah.
She has to give up everything because she's the responsible one.
What I hate too.
Oh, that hits too close to home. Oh, no. Okay, anyway.
So Andrea tells her daughter that she's overreacting and taking things to the basement, like taking them to like a dark place or something.
Okay.
It's weird.
Ha.
And then
Let
Gabby,
her feel her feelings, Andrea.
right?
You're uprooting her whole life.
Right? Gabby is mad that Andrea isn't being her mom first. Like, that's literally what she says.
I
She's like,
mean,
you're not being
Gabby's
my
the
mom
mom.
first. Right? Yeah.
Gabby's the mom here.
Exactly. It's so upsetting.
Yep.
So I haven't mentioned it. I mean, we kind of know where their spirituality lies.
Yeah.
With, you know, their homeschool being based on the movie The Secret.
Yep. It's pretty woo-woo.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as a kind of woo-woo girl.
This is a different.
I still think kids should learn, like, science and things and,
Yeah.
and like, basic life knowledge.
Yeah. Well, so they'll pray.
Okay.
I don't know who they think they're praying to.
They probably don't have a specific deity.
Alexis does talk about Buddha.
Of
sometimes.
course. Why didn't I think of that? Of course.
It's easier when you see their home and the fact that it's full of fucking Buddha statues.
Okay, so yeah, this was really hot in the early noughts for spiritual white people to just decide Buddha was
Yeah.
uh
The one true God.
yeah.
I don't know if that's
I don't know. It was
how that
weird.
works.
It was
Sorry,
a weird
Buddhists listening.
Yeah, sorry Buddhists. It was a weird time for Buddhism.
Yeah. Especially in the West.
Oh yeah.
What I love to, when they pray,
Uh-huh.
instead of saying like amen,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Did they say a woman?
no,
Okay, what is
that
it?
would be better.
Oh no.
They go, and so it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Look. If this were isolated and they weren't like they are, I would not be judging them for the way they practice their faith. Like everybody has their own thing. But boy, these guys are something.
Yes.
Yeah,
very
y'all,
much so.
y'all are really something. So you know what? I'm judging everything right now.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. It's a whole lot to process.
Yeah.
And I can a. I can a.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So Jerry, Gabby's stepdad, takes Gabby out and like kind of helps her deal with moving from.
Does something productive for her.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Instead of just telling her to button it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Wild. So they move. They move from somewhere outside of like LA, Hollywood area, and they move to Hollywood Hills.
Okay.
Since moving, Gabby decides she wants to go to public school.
Okay.
Yeah. She's like, I don't have any friends out here and I want to meet like kids my own age.
Yeah.
So
And maybe not have to take care of everybody.
Yeah. We also find out that it's Gabby's 16th birthday coming up.
She's younger.
Yeah.
She's not the oldest sister.
No.
Oh, Gabby.
No. Alexis is,
Oh.
well, out of all of them, Tess is the oldest. And then Alexis follows her by only like a year, maybe less.
Oh, Gabby.
And then Gabby is 15.
Oh, the
so-
trauma there. Oh my God, I'm so sad.
Probably at this point right here, like this picture, she's probably only 16.
Yeah.
Maybe about to be 17.
Oh,
Yeah.
that just hurt my little heart. Okay. Oh, this kid.
Right? We've had no, like, at this point, yeah, no, there's been no, like, indication really that Gabby is the youngest. Like, we've got no.
She acts like the mom,
Mhm.
even to her own mom.
Yeah.
My heart hurts so much. I see all of the like psychological channels. I'm trying not to go too armchair here. I'm really trying, but
Right.
God, I can just like see her as a kid and it hurts me.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
rough. One of the reasons I really wanted to watch the documentary was because I know Gabby is interviewed.
Oh, good.
And I, would love to get her a more
Perspective.
in-depth perspective on
Yeah.
how all of this is.
Especially
Obviously,
as an adult.
yeah. I understand that, like, Alexis, in a way, is one of the most...
Oh, she's our age.
What?
Gabby's our age.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. I had like categorized this a little bit, like, oh, they're a little older than us, not much. But
No.
then Gabby's fully our age.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh
It's sad.
God! I just transposed her onto the faces people I knew in high school. Okay,
Yep.
who were in similar situations. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Let's move on. We got stuff to get through.
So it's Gabby's 16th birthday coming up. Alexis and Tess kind of take over, like, planning it.
It's gonna be about them somehow.
Oh, yeah, they made it about them.
Okay.
Tess is like, oh, the caterer confirmed with us, so we've got that handled. And someone is like, oh, what restaurant? Which one? And she's like, the Italian restaurant. And Gabby is like, Italian? I wanted fun too. Which I understand.
Look, it's her sweet 16.
Exactly. This is also when
she could at
Alexis
very least get the kind of food she wants.
and Tess also reveal that they're going to do, but it's going to be okay. We're going to do a pole routine for you. And Gabby is like,
I don't want to see your pole routine
exactly.
for my birthday.
Right?
But they want the eyes on them. It's got to be about them.
Yeah.
It can never be about Gabby. I'm so sad.
They do. Okay, they fix it.
Okay.
They fix it.
Okay.
They make the house all pretty. They do the food Gabby wants.
Okay.
So Gabby names off like 4 or 5 DJs
Okay.
that she would love to be there, and she names big names at the time.
Okay. Well, she's coming from a very privileged family.
Yes. One of Gabby's like top people is Paul Oakenfold.
Okay.
You have no idea who I'm talking
A
about.
famous DJ.
Yep, famous DJ Paul Oakenfold.
That's all I need to know.
So they get Paul Oakenfold.
Yeah.
So Tess and Alexis, it's a big surprise for Gabby. Tess and Alexis go out and meet him. And Alexis is like, hi, I'm Alexis Nyers. And Paul Oakenfold is like, Alexis Nyers, you tried to rob my house, didn't you?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She's like, I think she handles herself fairly well here
For
in the
being
moment.
a teenager
Yes.
confronted with something like this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
She goes, I used to be friends with those people. I'm so sorry that happened to you. But I was not a part of that.
Okay.
And then she has a breakdown away from Paul Oakenfold.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I just didn't want him to leave and ruin Gabby's birthday.
Okay.
So, but he stays.
Good.
Which is great.
Good. Gabby deserves it.
Yes. And Gabby has a good time. Her new crush comes. It's very cute.
Ooh.
And then we see, oh my God. Oh, fuck. Okay. Then we see Tess and Alexis go to Cabo to host a party for Haiti.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. They host a party to
In-
raise money for Haiti, to
In
help Haiti.
Cabo.
In Cabo.
Okay.
Yeah. They were recruited by this event producer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah, it's strange. So they're supposed to go back on a Wednesday.
This is like a
and
time capsule.
oh yeah.
All right.
Alexis's lawyer is like, you have to come back today. Because I guess what's happening is
Oh, yeah. It could be seen as her fleeing the fucking country.
can be seen as that.
When you're, oh, God. When you're
Especially-
pending trial, leaving the country for any reason? No.
Especially so people are taking pictures of them in Cabo,
Cabo.
and then selling them to the press.
Yep.
So
Yep. Nope.
yeah. It's a yikes.
She's also 17, and the adults in her life should have mentioned you cannot go to Cabo
Right?
in this situation.
In this situation. I will say Alexis did call her lawyer beforehand, and he didn't say no outright.
Okay.
At
well,
least we're not shown or
look,
heard.
I have a lot of disdain for the adults in these girls' lives.
Oh,
okay.
same.
They're idiot children.
Yeah.
You have to help them not be idiots.
Right?
So not all children are idiots. I certainly wasn't.
Yeah.
And neither is Gabby.
Right. Okay. So she gets back. They start. It's a new episode.
Mhm.
Alexis gets a call from Vanity Fair,
Okay.
wanting to do an interview with her.
Okay.
Alexis is super excited. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited!
I'm
I get to tell
famous."
the story from my perspective. All of this stuff." We see Nancy Joe
okay.
come over to their house
Uh-huh.
and interview her, and Alexis is like, she was so nice and she was recording the whole time, so I know everything. And then we get one of the most fucking iconic scenes in television history.
Oh my God. So she
It's
opens the article. It's cheering. Yay. Woo. And then, oh.
So another part, so she's she's trying to leave a voicemail for Nancy Joe, the writer of the article. And it keeps cutting her off in the voicemail. So she has to re-record it. But then, so that will happen. But then at one point she's like, You said that I wore 6-inch Louboutin heels with my tweed outfit when I wore 4-inch little brown BB shoes. And Andrea yells, $29. And Alexis, it cuts her off again. And Alexis goes, fuck. And then she yells at her mother. She's like, every time you fucking yell, I have to re-record it. It's such an iconic moment.
Oh my God.
Alexis finally gets, like, a full voicemail sent. And Andrea's like, good job, sweetie. You did such a good job of expressing yourself.
Oh my God.
It's so funny.
That's amazing.
Oh, this Vanity Fair interview totally backfired.
Yep.
I love that scene with Andrea.
So good.
And so in order to kind of like help flip her public image a little bit, Alexis goes to talk some kids, basically scaring them straight.
Okay.
And being like, because of the people I hung out with, I'm looking at 2, 4, or 6 years in prison, which is true.
Yeah.
But she's like trying to scare these kids straight, basically.
Sure.
So, on one hand, very sad,
Mm-hmm.
and also fucking hilarious to me that what's most known about this episode is that phone call.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's quite the phone call.
I have earrings that say, Nancy Joe, this is Alexis Nyers.
Oh my God. Of course you do.
I love them so much. I saw them and I was like, no, I need it though.
Yeah.
The next episode is basically Andrea getting really frustrated with Alexis and Tess, especially with like Alexis's behavior towards her.
Okay.
And this really boils over at a meeting with their lawyer, where the lawyer tells them like, hey, like, we're not sure quite yet, but we might be able to make this go away.
Sure.
So Alexis is like excited, and then just fucking flips out on Andrea for like talking while she's talking.
Oh my God. They have such a healthy relationship and boundaries and so much respect.
Oh.
Parents, you need follow through.
Yeah, you need to be a parent.
You need to be a parent first and foremost.
Yeah, this respect towards Andrea is really just hammered home when Andrea sits down with Alexis and Tess and tries to explain to them like she's doing a lot for them and that they haven't been helping. And Alexis and Tess respond by walking away from the discussion.
Yep.
I have a huge paragraph about Alexis, and then Tess auditions for a swimsuit modeling gig.
Cool.
She got it.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, we see that. We'll see, like, Gabby gets some weird storylines, too. Like, she gets a job
Okay.
at a pet store.
Oh,
We
Gabby.
see her.
Bless.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Bless her little heart.
Right. So we see Alexis has a plea deal hearing
Okay.
where she is offered basically a year in prison or 6 months in jail in order to plead guilty. So if she pleads guilty, a year in prison or 6 months in jail.
Okay.
She denies the plea deal because she can't plead guilty to something she didn't do. Not taking this plea means that they will be going to trial and that she's looking at anywhere from 2 to 6 years in prison if found guilty.
Yep.
So that's fun.
Heck of a gamble.
Yep. Alexis, because of this, is really like depressed and low.
Yep.
And we kind of touched on this earlier. This is like the bottom of Alexis's pill addiction. And Andrea finds a bottle of Xanax in Alexis's purse. And she like goes to Tess about it, and Tess is like, well, I don't know. I don't know anything. Oh, I know that's bad. Because she's probably taken it too.
Yep.
This prompts an intervention that goes so poorly.
I believe it.
Alexis,
all they do is shout over each other.
Yeah. Alexis walks away, and like it's like kind of dramatic for a little while, but the editing just makes it look like tries to continue it.
Oh God.
But you can tell it basically just dissipated.
Yeah.
But they were trying to like get it to go harder. Tess takes Alexis out to approach her in a different way. And Alexis admits she's trying all of these different drugs, Benadryl, Xanax, which, looking back to, is really funny to me that Alexis and Tess are doing this, because Tess is doing these same fucking drugs.
Yeah.
Alexis says that she's doing all of these different drugs to stay sane, to, like, kind of keep her mind quiet because everything's a lot,
Yeah.
which is understandable but doesn't excuse a drug habit.
No, yes. There's so much here. She is
17.
a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got so many tattoos, too.
Ooh.
She's got flowers. She has a tramp stamp.
Uh-huh.
It's wild.
Wow. Yeah, she hasn't been brought up in a stable or healthy
Yeah.
environment, and this is the natural result of it.
Right, yeah.
Which sucks. Still feel worse for Gabby though, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
And we'll learn some things
I'm
about
just
Alexis in a little bit.
very familiar with Gabby's specific
Yeah.
flavor of trauma.
Right. Alexis does go to an addiction specialist to talk about better ways than pill popping to cope. But then we see Alexis's trial start. And it comes out that Orlando Bloom is most likely going to testify.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Alexis,
I had such a crush on him in the early 2000s.
fair. Oh, he was so cute. He's
Oh,
still really
He's
cute.
still very cute.
Yeah, he's still
I'm just kind of out of that phase of my life.
totally.
But
Yeah. Alexis truly believes that if Orlando Bloom testifies, then she will be convicted.
well, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, she's like, so they find this out. She's like looking at Gabby's laptop with Gabby.
Okay.
And they come across the story that Orlando Bloom is going to testify in the bling ring case.
Okay.
And Alexis goes, everybody's going to believe him. He's a huge celebrity. They're not going to believe me. Nobody knows me. And Gabby goes, yeah, nobody's going to believe you.
Savage.
Yeah.
I love that, Gabby.
It's very blunt. But yeah, she also just completely believes that she will be convicted if Orlando Bloom testifies.
Yeah.
So at the start, like the first day of the trial,
Mm-hmm.
Alexis gets a second plea deal
Okay.
where if she testifies no contest, which
Mhm.
is treated as guilty, she will serve 180 days in a county jail.
Okay.
And then if she violates her probation after
Mhm.
that, she could go to state prison for 2 years.
Gotcha. So no contest is technically not guilty, but it also, like, we can't argue this, so we're just not even going to try.
Exactly. It's, well, yeah.
It's,
Um,
we give up. We
yeah.
surrender.
And it's treated as a guilty plea by the
Yes.
court,
Correct.
basically. Alexis thinks about this and decides that 180 days in county jail sounds a lot better than 6 years
Yep.
in prison.
Prison.
So,
Yeah. County jail, your family can still come visit.
yeah. So she's sentenced to do that and has to surrender herself by 10:30 a.m. on a random day. I couldn't find super specific dates on when this happens.
Sure.
So she ends up being able to go home that day.
Mm-hmm.
And the series itself ends with the family doing a group hug and then screaming, "And so it is."
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is pretty wild, the show.
That is, in fact, pretty wild. Well, it's interesting that it started before she was first taken in by the police.
So I looked into this. What we see on the series is staged.
Ah, okay.
Because all we see
Because I was like, why would they have interest in this family for
Right.
a reality show before this happened?
so the like arrest itself
Okay.
is staged, but I do believe when Alexis first comes out of questioning, that is
Okay.
real.
Gotcha. I can understand a little bit more why the HOA was annoyed.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, so they complain about the paparazzi and stuff. There's like 6.
Yeah.
It's like we've seen.
They just don't like them and want an excuse to get them out of there.
Yeah, probably. And I mean, I'm sure that is annoying.
Mhm.
And like noise is a factor too.
Mhm.
Like paparazzi will yell and stuff.
Sure.
That being said, seeing the fact that there's only like 6 paparazzi following them, I can fully believe that a publicist called TMZ
Yeah.
and
Yep.
had them followed. So,
Very, very possible.
I
Yep.
mean, they are like, up and coming.
Yeah.
They're like trying to start modeling careers and all of this.
Yep. Just getting a new reality show.
After,
Probably trying to weigh in on her innocence. Like, oh, she was so screwed over by this article.
Oh, yeah.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah. And I mean, this is peak Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Like, this is maybe a year after. So Ryan Seacrest and E are like, we need to find another one.
The next.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's, do that. And I'm sure Andrea's their momager. So I'm sure
very
Andrea's trying to,
so healthy.
get the same shit that Kris Jenner got.
Yep.
I want to talk about, so in 2015, Alexis did an interview with Vice.
Okay.
She also ended up being a writer for Vice as well.
Okay.
But she does this interview with Vice talking about how she's been using drugs since she was in 7th grade. At this point in 2015, she is 3 years sober and has a baby.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Alexis was so once Alexis surrendered herself to the court, she was in 2 jails/prisons before going to court-ordered rehab.
Okay.
And so Alexis gets out of prison jail for her involvement with the bling ring.
Sure.
She doesn't show up to her probation meetings.
Yeah, that's not good.
2 months.
Uh-huh.
So she's arrested for possession of heroin right after that.
That'd do it.
Yeah. So that's kind of what happened to her at that point. And then at this point in 2015, she's trying to help. In this Vice interview, we see her trying to help her ex-boyfriend, Kevin, who's addicted to black tar heroin, get into a rehab center.
Okay.
So I do know that since then, Alexis has become a certified rehab specialist.
Okay.
And is continuing to help people.
Well, damn. Good for her.
Yeah.
School of Hard Knocks, I guess.
Yeah. It's wild.
I hope poor Gabby has gone no contact and
well, I don't know. I mean, she's in the documentary, the newest documentary.
Yep.
I don't know. You can't find anything on Tess Taylor nowadays.
Okay.
So.
All right.
And that's the 2009 capsule that is pretty wild.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit.
How do you feel?
Tired.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming along with us on that ride, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with something. What are we doing?
I think we'll probably go back to Are You the One?
Okay, cool. Enough
'cause-
episodes.
3.
Perf. All right, so we'll be back with more Are You the One next week.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
Special thanks to our patrons,
Emma,
Florence,
Florence,
and
and
Meg. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate everybody
I'll
for
work on
listening.
that Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, it's on the list. I have convinced Rami
Yeah.
we got to do some Gilmore Girls
Uh-huh.
for Meg.
Yeah.
So, all right. Hope everybody has a great week, and
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.